This is not a day for no shoes, no shirts, and no problems. It's a good day for no problems, but not no shoes and no shirts because it's cold. Anyway, good morning, Ashley. Let's see if we have anybody interested in our topic today. Well, the crowd is gently building. There we go. Okay, my backdrop all set here. So Ashley, I thought today I would start with, you're muted by the way. I'd start with a little history because some confessions on my part. I've known about the Cardis broker network, which is now the Realogy
Broker Advantage Network.
Realogy Broker Advantage Network. It's formerly known as Cardis. And when I was a long time ago, the Cardis brokers got a lot of business, but it always seemed like they were dependent upon it. And if Cardis ever cut them off, they'd go out of business because it took so much of their resources. So I ignored Cardis for a long time. And then we steadily grew and grew and grew. And Cardis reached out to us and said, we need more coverage in Tampa and you run a good organization and would you be interested? So they signed us up as an associate broker, which is a level 2 broker. And we did okay for a while. And at that point, out of nowhere, Ashley's resume showed up out of my desk. And we hired her because she had all the experience that we needed to run a relocation department because we didn't really know what we were doing. And so that happened. And then the department grew and grew and we got attention. And then Lydia Collins, who was our sales manager, came in at one of our sales meetings in person, back when we actually met in person. And they called me into a room downstairs and said, we'd like to promote you to principal broker, which is like unheard of. You had to be an associate broker for years and years and years before they'd promote you to principal. So they promoted us to principal and Ashley was on board and she knew everything to do. And then that first year we moved up to what they call platinum. There's different, like Masters, Ruby, Emerald, Diamond. Cardis has different levels too. There's diamond and gold and platinum is the highest you can get. And we made platinum our first year, which was incredible. And with Ashley's guidance, we've had platinum every year. And the 4 years now we've been doing this.
Correct. You know, you've had me for almost 5 years now.
Oh my God, and I'm still saying, kind of. Wow. Yeah, wow, going on 5 years. That's crazy. So in the meantime, this relocation department has become, well, 12% of our business. So we did 2,340 transactions last year. So 12%, it's like 280 transactions of our 2,300. It's a big deal. It's like one of our biggest offices. That's not an office. But it's important. It's not just, well, in the beginning, what the real big attraction was this affinity business called USAA. What is that? United States
Automotive Association.
Automotive Association, which is like a big insurance company, which branched out to all kinds of things. And they had a huge affinity network with us. And I mean, 2019 alone, we did 230 transactions just with USAA. And that vanished in 2020 because they did some things they weren't supposed to do. But, and we still did 280 transactions. So it's going to be big. And there's some really big things coming down the pike with the big new affinity relationship called AARP, which is the American Association of AARP Retired Persons. I like to joke about that because I'm actually qualified to be a member now. But anyway, so that's got 33 million members that are starting to promote that. So anyway, so that's affinity business, there's broker to broker business, and there's relocation business, which are kind of the 3 big things that fall under the relocation department. And Ashley's overseeing all of that with her relocation coordinator, who's Kim, who is very experienced. So we were lucky to get Kim because she was working for a very large Century 21 office out in California or Nevada? Utah.
It's out of Utah, but then they were Utah, Colorado, and then they acquired 10 new offices out of California. And she was in charge of starting the relocation departments in those offices that, for one, are new to Realogy.
Yeah.
So they haven't like you or trust you yet, and then starting these departments as well. So she was with Cardis for 23 years previous to that. So she has seen it from all sides. So she's seen it from the client perspective, whatever we're talking about with Cardis is, and then she's also seen it from the broker side when she was in there fighting to,
Right.
platinum for them.
And it's really fascinating to me because she lives in Chicago and she works full time for us because she can work anywhere, because we can all pretty much work anywhere right now. Okay.
She's worked from home even in her Cardis days.
Wow.
So even when she was in charge of,
How does she live in Chicago?
hey, she's right outside of it. Every time she calls me, she goes, "We just got 7 inches of snow." I was like,
Oh.
we know someone that can help you out down here. She, that's where her area is. I think she's originally from Connecticut, and that's how she got started with Cardis. So I don't know if you want to share the slides. I haven't really adjusted too much more on it since I sent it to you last night.
Oh, once you adjust it, you just share your screen.
Okay. So I just wanted to put together a few talking points because we're all about making connections.
Well, and like I said in my email last night, the relocation department, what did I say last night? It's not about your split, it's about the dollars you put in your pocket. We have many agents that are putting an extra $10,000 or $20,000 a year in their pocket just by taking advantage of the relocation department. And that's $10,000 or $20,000. So that's a new car, right? Just by being, because I'm going to say it, awareness gives you flexibility, flexibility gives you options, and options give you power. So if you're aware of the resources available to you from the relocation department team, then you can take advantage of it. So that's kind of what today is about, making sure everybody's clear on what your opportunities are.
Okay, so playing off that, this awareness is going to have fun and make more money. How about that?
I like it.
So really quickly, like I said, I have a certification called my CRP, and so does Kim Yeoman, which is kind of where we met. We collaborated a lot in at other conferences for the past
I'm going to call you out on all of your acronyms. Okay. CRP is Certified Relocation Professional.
Right.
That's a designation that you've got to take a course for and pass the test, and it's a big deal. And a lot of relocation companies or relocation people won't even talk to you if you don't have that designation. So it's very important that we have that, and both of them have that.
Yeah, which is amazing, because if you think about it now, in the whole Tampa Bay area, we're talking 4 counties. There's only 4 people that even hold a CRP designation that are with a real estate brokerage. And one of them is Kim and one of them is me. So we've got half, right?
Wow.
So that's really cool. And there's only 103 people in the entire state of Florida that holds this designation. So this designation is for HR professionals as well as real estate, but for the most part, it's more heavy on the HR side because they're in charge of the corporate relocations and moves and everything, which is a little bit boring. So we'll just move forward. But so I'm going to talk about the relocation department. If y'all ever need my email, it's relocation@c21be.com. What's so important about that is that it goes to both of us. Okay. So if you don't hear something back from us on that same day, usually the same hour, pick up the phone, please. You know what I mean? We never want to miss anything from you guys. It's super important. Okay, so it's basically, and we don't have to spend too much time on every single slide, but I just want you guys to remember that you can help people anywhere in the world, anywhere, especially anywhere domestically. So if we are talking world, it's a little bit more difficult because there's going to be different laws, different customs associated with it. For example, like Mallorca, Spain is, they don't have buyer's agents and they don't have exclusive listings, right? So when Cindy Crawford's home went up back in the day, she had 5 different listing agents. So that's a little bit hard. So you got to understand that, we're up against different, like I said, cultures and customs when we're going outside of the US. But inside of the US, we are very, very strong and dominant. And obviously we can help anywhere.
Well, let me, you're probably going to get to this, but so to be on the Cardis team, there's a lot of requirements that Cardis requires. And I think some of those are you going to get to those? But it's like you have to do
not really, but come on, ask my husband.
At least 12 transactions, 2 years in the business, and you have to, have good quality service because and then you get police background checked and credit checked because Cardis, or the Realogy Advantage Broker Network, is making a pledge when they're going after clients that we're going to hook you up with the best of the best. And that's what they're saying. And they're holding those agents to a whole different standard. So when you send a referral through the relocation department, it's going to one of the best of the best. You know, you can meet somebody in Denver and just send them a referral. But if they're on a relocation team, a Cardis or Realogy Advantage Broker Network team, they're going to be vetted at a higher level than anybody else that you would find, right?
And we know that they're full-time. We know they're the extra background check. One thing that is nice, we've got Realogy backing us on guaranteed payment. Okay. So the Realogy Advantage Broker Network, I like I said, that one is such a tongue tie. I feel like they need to go over some of these before they start renaming.
RAPN.
What's that? Well,
RAPN.
I've been doing that, but I don't want to, I try not to do that to everybody here. I mean, but it was even funny when USAA had changed their program name from Movers Advantage Program, which was MAP was the acronym. They changed it to USA Real Estate Rewards Network. So they didn't even like look at the acronym before they realized they changed their name on an international level to urine. So, I mean, that's why I think like, oh my gosh, that's just a tongue tie. I have a feeling that it'll probably change a little bit in the future, but it has changed quite a few times and it has had different names. So basically when we're working with the Realogy Broker Advantage Broker Network, we want you guys to understand that this is a Realogy owned product or program. So it's going to have more than just Century 21s in it. And on top of that, not every Century 21 is a part of it. So just like Craig said, they reached out to him because of his strong presence in the market and proven success. Whereas there's some Century 21s right now that really want to be part of this and they just can't because, you know, they go over everybody's financials. Because obviously if they're going to back a guaranteed payment, they want to make sure that you can adhere to the certain qualifications and metrics that they require and are required by them for their actual clients, right? Such as the Navy Federals, or even when we go into corporate clients. So anyways, so when we're talking about that right now, there's 440 principal brokers out there right now, and it is made up of all Realogy brands. So we've got the Century 21s, Caldwell Banker, ERA, Better Homes and Gardens, Sotheby's, and BH&G. There's a couple little unaffiliated ones out there right now, but that's kind of onesie twosie. And I'm pretty sure that they've got that Corcoran group in there right now as well. So right here at Century 21 Beggins, we are part of the Century 21 Broker Network, which also goes with the Century 21 and as well as Cardis. We also are part of American Relocation Alliance. We also are Southeast Regional Relocation Council. I'm part of the Relocation Director Council, the National Relocation Director Council. And we do the women's Tampa Bay group. I know that Lauren Fletchman, I think, is a lot more active in that than I am. So we've got a lot of different connections out there. Okay, so when I'm talking about how you can have fun and make more money, we're looking at definitions here, right? So what is an outgoing broker to broker? It's anything outside of your normal market area. So are you at an open house and you're in Bradenton and they said, well, maybe I want to explore St. Pete as well, then that's also, and it can be an outgoing broker to broker. That's more of an interoffice broker to broker because we cover that area as well. But if they say, I'm interested in Tampa, but I might also be interested in Naples, Florida, then that's an outgoing broker to broker. Okay. And
what Ashley does a lot of is she spends a lot of time networking with the other relocation directors and other brokers companies. And so if you were going to send a referral, I mean, anybody can do this, guys. You don't need our relocation department to send a referral. You can call somebody down in Naples and say, would you pay me a referral? But you run the risk of one, them not honoring the payment, which is a real honor. You run the second risk of not knowing who you're giving it to. So Ashley's going to stay in network, which means that you're going to give it to another agent who's full-time and dedicated to customer service to provide the moving client with expert service. And it's backed behind Realogy guaranteeing the payment. So
Yeah, so at
yes,
the end of the day, what are we here to do? We're here to help people, right? We want to help them have a very smooth transaction. So once again, they're going to be, they have requirements, and I'm going to go through that as well. And keeping you updated, they're also required to reach out to you once they get that lead. So we want to make sure that your mom is in great hands, or they understand your sister has, you know, a baby coming and they need to upgrade type thing. So, so like I said, there's two types of the outgoing broker to broker, whether it's completely outside of our area, like to a Naples or a Texas, inside our own broker or inside of our own network, or also there's an incoming broker to broker referral network as well. And there's a component to the networking that's where that comes from, because they need to pick us over our other network competitor over here, Coldwell Banker. And actually they do a lot, most of the time. So, okay, outgoing broker to broker, what is it? What's in it for you? You're going to, like I said, take care of your client, make sure number one, you're taking care of them. Extra money, just like Craig said, we had two agents that were literally within like $78 of each other in 2019 that made an extra just under $20,000. That's amazing. That's just for saying, I've got this person that I know is moving, here's their name, and I'm going to show you exactly how to place those as well. And can you set them up with an agent? I mean, think about your money per hour there. You're not putting somebody in the car, you're not driving them around, you're not having to pay for pictures. So it's a huge way to make your license work hard for you, because you worked hard for your license. Making sure that you're enhancing your service.
let me add to that, Ashley, because a lot of agents bypass you and want to do it themselves. And I don't understand why. I just don't. It's so much easier to say, hey, Ashley, here's a person that needs to move to Naples. Will you place them for me? And you're done. Versus go on Google, search real estate brokers in Naples, find a broker, hope they're good, hope they have a good agent, connect with somebody, vet them. Why would you spend that time when Ashley has, I mean, back pre-COVID, you were traveling what, 8 or 10 times a year to conferences?
Yeah.
Networking with different relocation brokers around the country, making our name known so they come into us, and our name known, or their name known, so we know who to go to. I mean, it just makes no sense to me why an agent would skip that.
Well, and I kind of even throw this out there that you see the value in it so much that you don't even take a split on it. So 99% of the time, by you having like a concierge type service through the relocation department, you still make more money.
Right.
Than whenever you do go try to do that. And
you go by yourself and take a 25% referral from a broker in Naples. We're taking our split of that. You're getting your split of that. When you do it through our relocation department, because we have metrics we have to hit, you get the whole, what is it, 21%?
Yeah. So you get 100% of that. And then once again, it's just like you're at an 80% split and you got 30% from that other broker. So you've got to get somebody to, for one, answer the phone. You know, realtors are bad about that. You've got to have somebody call you back. It's definitely going to be that speed to lead type situation. And I'm going to even show you how cool it is that you can pick your agent based on their profiles, and you can actually technically bypass me with an app and it go directly to their phone. So we'll show you that in a minute. It also allows you to focus on your local business, right? So like if we're going back to the customer service aspect of what we're really here to do is to help people, then you obviously are going to be the market leader in Apollo Beach. You might not necessarily know Brooksville or have access to the MLS. You know, what is best for that client? And then
let me ad lib on that too, because I made a judgment call and I made a wrong call in my opinion. We have an agent whose father owns 10 or some houses in Fort Myers, and he wants to list his dad's houses. So he's got to join the board. It's a different board. And Fort Myers is a solid 2-hour drive, right? And what value are we really bringing to dad? We don't know the local market. We can put it on the MLS. He could put on the MLS for a flat fee broker for $300, right? But we hired somebody from a different market to list in a market they know nothing about. For what? It would be much easier to say, hey, Ashley, find the best broker in Fort Myers to handle these 11 houses, then get me a 30% referral fee on all of them, right? That would, in my opinion, be the right thing to do. But
absolutely.
no, I want to try it.
Well, here's the thing is I really encourage everybody to reach out to me. I'm not that scary person that, I mean, everybody thinks, you know, oh, it's RELO, there's going to be fees and stuff. And that's not necessarily it at all. We really counsel you in the best way to handle specific situations. So 1,000%, we've got your back. We really do. I work for Craig, you know, I work for Craig Beggins. So I want to make sure that his agents are happy. Okay. So I'm also, this is a little bit of the agent scripting, and obviously you guys can read, but it's just remembering to ask those questions. Once again, open house, once again, talking to your family and friends as, you know, they're expanding or expanding families or, you know, downsizing, then even those phone calls that you're getting from sign calls, you know, maybe this isn't the right area, but some other area is. So like I said, reach out to us completely. I also am going to provide you at the very end of this, excuse me, with a link once again to like the Beggins welcome kit, or the, you know, for the agents. So it'll encompass all of this stuff and have email taglines as well as scripting for you. Literally, it's copy and paste, Craig. RELO in a box.
Right. Hey, so, Brian just put in the chat, I have someone to refer now. This class is perfect timing. There you go.
Yes.
And Jan said, make sure if they don't like you, if they don't like the agent found by Ashley, they call you. If they find someone else where they're moving, you'll likely not get the referral fee. Yeah, so you're in charge. So, and that's another thing within the network. If we refer them to somebody and they don't like them, we have 100% power to say, nope, you're done, we're moving to somebody else. You don't have that authority with another broker, you just handling that.
Even further than that, I am more than happy to let you interview these agents first. Mm-hmm. So do you feel comfortable with them? Is in addition to this app, I'm just gonna have to go ahead and play this video. It only for like 8 minutes, if that's good with you, Craig. Yeah, I'll go ahead and play this for a minute. It shows you exactly how easy it is to place a referral through the Agent Exchange app. You download it on your phone, Google Play and app and iPhone.
So what you're saying is in every email you've ever sent, there's a link in your signature line that takes you to a.
Oh, well, there's two things going on here. Hold on. Well, I can't figure out my. Sorry, I've got a lot of stuff going on.
Demonstration. Agent Exchange is a mobile.
Click on the second tab. You got two tabs open.
Okay. Sorry about that. Can you hear it?
By sending
very faint.
Agents in other areas of the country. These can be either buying or selling referrals. It offers faster communication, fewer touch points, higher conversion rates, and broker oversight. Agents eligible to receive leads are curated and managed by their broker. You can be assured that the selected agent has been trained and exceeds conversion and service expectations. Fill time efficiently, no matter if you are the referring or the receiving agent. In addition, both agents and their relocation departments will have a comprehensive view of the referral status throughout the life cycle. This video will show you how to download the Agent Exchange application and then demonstrates sending a referral, accepting a referral, and updating a referral. On your phone, go to your application store, search for Agent Exchange, and download the app. Agent Exchange leverages single sign-on technology. This means the first time you log in, you'll need to tap your brand and then enter your brand username and password. But as long as you don't manually log out of the application, the next time you open the app, you'll automatically be logged in and see the home screen. It's that easy. From the home screen, you'll see the total sales volume of your referrals as they're closed. If you tap on that volume total, you'll be able to track buckets breaking down your outgoing and incoming total for the prior 12 months as well. The menu icon in the upper left corner of the screen allows you to view your relocation department contacts, share feedback, and log out. The notification bell in the upper right corner of the screen will bring you to a list of any in-app notifications. It's simple to navigate to the features of Agent Exchange. Referral drafts, view incoming referrals, and view outgoing referrals. Let's say that you have customers who are moving out of your market in Phoenix to Seattle, Washington. As you market their home in Phoenix, there's an opportunity to refer them to a trusted agent in Seattle. Start by tapping the Create Referral icon. Any field with an asterisk is required. Those without an asterisk aren't required, but will be helpful for the receiving agent to service your customer. When the fields are completed, add any additional comments and then tap Submit. All information provided, including additional comments, will be sent to the receiving agent. If you get interrupted while creating a referral and need to exit before completing it, you can tap to Save the Referral. You'll be able to return to a referral draft by tapping the Drafts tab here at the top of the screen or by tapping the Drafts icon we saw earlier on the home screen. Next, scenarios. If you tap Agent, the next screen displays multiple agents to choose from based on the buying location or selling property address, along with a short profile. You can tap to expand to see the agent's full profile. At the bottom of the profile, you even have the option to call or text them using these buttons if you'd like to ensure they are the right fit for your customer. Once you're confident you've located the agent who meets your customer's needs, tap Choose Agent. Then, on the confirmation screen, tap Submit Referral. Or, back on that first Submit Referral screen, if you prefer not to select a specific agent, no problem. Tap Receiving RELO Department, and your referral will be placed with the Receiving Relocation Department. They will then match your customer with the best fit. As with the agent option, a confirmation message will appear before you return to the home screen. If you ever need to pick up a draft referral to complete later, don't forget you can tap the View Drafts icon on the home screen to return to any draft referrals and pick up where you left off. Now, let's see what happens when Ted receives the referral from his phone. Spoiler alert, he can't miss it because he could potentially receive the referral via phone call, text, and email. He'll have 2 hours to accept this referral before the lead is escalated to his relocation department. Almost immediately after you submit the referral, Ted will receive a phone call. This is the beginning of the message he'll hear.
Broker to broker agent selection tool. If this is not voicemail, press 1.
Once he responds to the prompt, the message continues giving details about the referral, including the city, zip, and house hunting dates. Ted will then be prompted to press numeric.
I'm pretty sure y'all can get it from there if that's good. I can resend this whole email out, video out if you like, Craig.
Yeah, actually really good.
Oh, do you want me to keep going?
Well, I think we got the point. Download the app.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, download the app. So not only that, so there's definitely that option. And then I think I messed up my slideshow. Sorry about that. Just 1 second. My computer, of course, wants to be funky today. Okay, so here is our second option. So here at the bottom of my email signature for absolutely every email that I ever send out, it says, have you sent your outgoing referral or Grow Financial or Navy Federal AGR agent generated referral today? Click here. And then it will take you to a Beggin specific, again, it's giving me a hard, oh, shoot. I think every time I get on, here it is. Okay. So it'll take you to this screen right here. And if you notice right here, it says Century 21 Beggins Enterprises. So this is a outbound broker to broker. And then obviously we have a couple other choices here. If you don't know what it is, no problem. Just go ahead and hit other, put the information in as much as you possibly can. And then hit submit. So the cool thing about this is you have a drop down. It should say your name. If you don't have your name in there, you can put, because you're newer or something of that sort, you could put my name and then put it in the comment section, and I will add you to our system. But this software does not go to anybody other than our department. So don't get worried because you say, oh, I want them to talk to me first. Please don't reach out, that type thing. We'll make sure that we can convey that for you. Does that make sense? Okay.
So there's 2 ways to submit a referral. One is through the agent, well, broker to broker, agent exchange app, or the e-relocation link in your email.
Well, in any referral, really. I mean, like, because it'll even, like I said, if you need to have something For example, let's say that you have a friend in Remax from Michigan and they send you a referral, then you can still put that in there like that. I'll make sure that we have the, I'll make sure that I send the referral agreement from Beggins back to them. And I'll make sure that everything's in Zap and updated for you so you don't have to update twice, like automatically.
Yes, e-relocation is a second app and it's not for everybody. The people on the relocation team use e-relocation, but
Well, technically anybody can use that link that I just showed you.
right.
And I can
But
add,
it's
I
not
have
an
no,
app. It's not an app they download to their phone.
no, they don't have that option right now. I really wish that they did. But that agent exchange app is really, really cool because it actually all ties in together. So you hit that send to that agent. So you're directly bypassing any sort of time that it's going to take me to look at that referral myself or my department. And then me send it to another department that's going to have to, like, you know, process the referral and then that agent. So you're literally cutting it down to like direct communication. So once that agent accepts it, and then it goes back through all of our channels, and then it's going to be submitted into e-relocation. So you're updated on a regular basis.
Gotcha.
I feel like I needed a PhD in technology, but I haven't gotten it in the mail yet.
Hey, Ashley, turn your camera off and back on because you're frozen on screen.
It's not, my computer's been really funny today. So it's been, I can't even see it right now. Hold on. I was just going with it and hoping that it didn't look funny on y'all's end.
Zoom meeting is not responding.
Yeah, I was hoping that would just would go away. Hold on.
I was just, you know, on the Zoom screen. Just turn off the video.
What?
It looks like it's grayed out.
Yeah, I've had some internet situations this morning because I'm sitting here at like 8 o'clock just trying to get ready and I'm like, oh, of course. Okay, well, I'll just talk while it's gray for a minute.
Your sound is okay.
Good. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Stop video. And usually when I don't know what I look like as the frozen person right now, but it's usually not a pretty picture.
No. That's why I suggested you turn it off and turn it back on.
Oh, well, thank you. You can just be honest. Yeah, oh, okay. Well, we'll just stop it for now. Hold on. Okay. So I wanted to also let you guys, okay, start video. Better. Okay, now I'll just have to make sure I have a like nice face.
No. You're frozen.
Oh, okay. Don't know what to say. I'll just turn it off then. See, technology.
We all need to invest in better internet connections and microphones.
Well, it just didn't even want to work at all today. So hopefully I can just stop it and we can just move forward. Sorry about that, guys. So I wanted to show you how important your clients are to us. So we all have very serious metrics that we have to follow in reference to all of our referrals. So agent, I'm just going to stop this so we don't do this anymore if I can. Anyways, so the assigned agent, so this is if you go through the traditional route of sending it via e-relocation, and either way is totally fine. I just wanted to give you the option of being able to look at somebody's profile before you even talk to one person. And then so it says within 24 hours that the agent's going to be assigned. Obviously that's not realistic in today's world. So everybody does try to like watch it immediately. When you put anything into e-relocation, whenever myself or Kim look at it, we will import it into our system, and it will send you an automatic email acknowledgement, letting you know that we're working on it right that moment. So that's at that point, that's when we're sending it out to the other broker, and then they're going to get the agent assigned. So the initial contact report is something that's going to come to you within the first 48 hours. Really, the true metric is going to be 24 hours. And if that agent has not gotten in touch with them, see, now you have me all nervous. I really want this video to stop.
It's off.
Okay, perfect, because I still see myself. Good, okay. So the initial contact report is really important because we want to make sure that that agent was actually able to make live contact with your client. So if they have not gotten that live contact, then it will send them an automatic initial contact report again the next 24 hours saying, have you gotten in touch with that client by now? If they hadn't done it again, it'll happen for a third time. What's helpful there is it will give you the knowledge that they might not be answering, and maybe they don't know who this person is that's calling, and you can say, hey, Bob from Coldwell Banker is calling you, and he wants to help. So that's who that phone number is. So that's when the update report is sent to the referring agent, meaning you as the referring agent. So it goes to my department and then we send it out to you. As long as it's just a traditional, everything's kind of going on just smoothly, then every 30 days is when you're going to be getting updates. Obviously right now things are going pretty quickly or kind of like on hold. So
let me comment on that too. So the worst thing that can happen is you send a referral and you don't hear anything back, right? It's your customer, you refer them to another agent somewhere else, you expect they're doing a job. And I think you'll get to this, but it's like 48% of broker in-network referrals close, where like 15% of non-network referrals close. And the reason it does is because
even higher than that, it's 69% that close within network. And it's only 14 to 17% that will close if we give it to a Bob's Realty Mart or something. And once again, not only like making sure that we get the best trained agents possible. I mean, that's so important. And then
it's important for you to know that the agent you refer your client to is going to be held responsible to stay in touch with you, give you an update every 30 days. And
well,
then
even on top of that, even further, let's say that they took them out one time and the personalities didn't match, right?
Right.
We want to make sure that and then they're not going to tell the assigned agent who was driving them around that one day, they're just not going to answer that phone. So if they say we haven't heard from them and you know that they're still looking for a house, then you can say, whoa, what's going on? Because the last thing that we want is your clients to not feel comfortable for some reason, drive by an open house and decide to go with that listing agent or go with anybody in the phone book. Do they have those anymore? I probably need one to sit on in the car. Okay. So I wanted to show, like, we have a lot of really amazing agents that are using these programs the best way possible. Once again, Laura was one of the ones that made that additional $20,000 just extra. And I put some quotes in there from them because she did a lot with social media, right? So she had posted something that I had sent out and made all that. I want to say it was only like 4 or 5 additional closings, but for outgoing referrals, but they were high dollar price points. So that's great. I also did one for connections through current and past clients. So Jessica's really good about keeping up with her clients and reaching out to them on a regular basis. I think that Preferred Client Club is key and really a very cool tool that Century 21 offers. I had another slide in there talking about making connections through friends and family, and they're kind of the toughest, right? Friends and family. I have a personal situation where my mother doesn't ever want to tell me when she's buying stuff or closing stuff. She closed 3 houses in one day, and I didn't even know about it till like 2 weeks later, right? Thanks, Mom. Gotta love you. Now, and she didn't have any personal relationships with any of these agents. So when I was up with her recently, she wants to buy another house in Colorado. And I was like, great. She was showing me how hard it was to look online, because she lives in Alaska, look online for agents in Colorado. And I said, I finally convinced her. I was like, Mom, just let me help you, please. I'll just, no pressure. Cause she's like, oh, I don't want to bother somebody right now, this, that, or the other. But she was going to be going there in a month. I didn't want to lose that opportunity to help her. So I set her up, and then she was having conversations with this agent. I got an email from this agent at 1 o'clock in the morning, Craig. And it was obviously a Colorado time and whatnot. But when I read it, I almost hit the floor. My mom, she was traveling at the time, and I talked to her that day. I talked to my own mother that day, and she was going from Seattle to Boise. You know, they travel like 2 months out of the year. That she actually reached out to that other agent who she hadn't even physically met yet, and asked her for an agent in Boise, Idaho. I'm sorry if that's not a.
Does your mom know what you do for a living?
I know. I don't think, no, they actually don't. It's actually kind of it's a family joke, because I can't really, I couldn't explain it to you, Craig. How the hell is my mom going to realize what I do? But no, but it was just kind of funny. But if it wasn't for like our network and that, that other agent could have easily just sent them out to Boise, Idaho, and we would have never known. Right. So it's that collaborative, watching out for each other.
Very cool.
Craig, I hear myself. Computer. I did just want to touch on agent-generated referrals, which is another portion of what the RELO department does.
Yeah, this one needs a little explanation. So let me dive in just a little bit. Yeah, and your sound isn't really good right now, so let's let your computer slow up or catch up. So there's two ways to look at agent-generated referrals. One is there a benefit, and one is there not. And it depends on your perspective. You have the opportunity to secure a client relationship because of our connection to the Realogy Advantage Broker Network. That's the way I choose to look at it. Alternatively, you could look at it as you send a client in, you got to pay a referral fee. And that's just two ways of looking at the same coin. So let's say you're on a listing presentation and you recognize that the seller is a member of AARP. You have the opportunity to do an AGR, an agent-generated referral, where you tell them about the program and you get them enrolled in the program, and we do pay a referral fee. It's a reduced referral fee of 30%, but that connection may have been what put you over the top to win the listing against Bob's Realty Mart, right? So you have a relationship with State Farm, with Grow Financial, with Allstate Insurance, Discover credit cards, Select Real Perks. But these are all things you could play a card to win the business. And remember, the goal is to win the business, because the client relationship over the life of the relationship is worth $130,000. And sometimes you have to buy business, right? But if you're in a tough competitive situation, you might want to play this card, right? And say, oh, you're a Navy Federal member? We have a program for Navy Federal where you get cash back at closing. Oh, that's cool. Well, Keller Williams can't say that because they don't have any of these affinity relationships. So I just want to get that out there.
Do I sound better now?
Yes.
No. Then also remember that like our military members, they served our country. Our vets served our country, and 35% of those heroes are living paycheck to paycheck. So even this little bit of cash will help them get furniture for their house or anything like that. Now, also keep in mind that these programs are all program specific to what they do offer. So for example, American Airlines is going to do airline miles. Excuse me, please reach out to me and I'll be more than happy to share all the little nuances about each one. Most are going to be a cash reward type benefit after they close. So they would get their check directly from the program within about 2 weeks. Usually it's about a week, but within 2 weeks of it closing. So that is a big deal on there. So of course there's the reduced referral fees, and I get what Craig you're saying about the referral fee, because I mean seriously, we work really hard, and you all work really, really hard, and you deserve every penny for sure. Now there are so many different sources, and I'm going to kind of throw this in there together, where people are tapping their fingers on the internet in the middle of the night, and it's coming in from everywhere. Right. So when somebody does find out about a Navy Federal program, it's very likely that they will click on that. If hope to goodness they remember to use your name if you've been driving them around, you know, putting in the 30th offer of their house, the 20th house that they've looked at that day. But if they don't use your name, if they forget to use Century 21 Beggins, and then and they say that I haven't worked with a realtor, because you know how the buyers can get sometimes. At that point, they'll be asked if they want to use a realtor for cash rewards, and a lot of times they'll say yes. And if I don't know that you are working with them, then it would go to somebody else or a different broker completely. So the one thing that's really important about that is, let's go back to Jimmy's Zap classes, because if you have somebody that you're working with, please put them in the Zap, because that person with the tippy tap fingers could be totally looking at Navy Fed. They could be looking like, get stuck, there could be an Op City situation. There's just so many different, prime streets out there now. And these companies aren't going away. We just need to make sure that we're protecting you as the agent. Because we've run into multiple situations where, let's say, and I'm just using Bob as a name. Hi, Bob, if you're out there. But let's say he had been showing somebody deals and it got him from an Op City type deal, and then in Pinellas, and then all of a sudden, a Katie saw them at a open house in Bradenton. Then if Katie doesn't put them in there, then we're not going to have any sort of way to cross-reference that. And then the brokerage is still going to owe that 30 or 35% to Op City. So we have got to make sure that we all get on this together to make sure
if you're showing them property, they should be in your Zap, period.
Showing the property. Or Dana, Dana was amazing. She actually put all the people that she had at an open house in hers. And when I got that referral back through a corporate client, they were looking in a little bit different of an area, but it wouldn't have been something that immediately I would have thought that it would be for Dana. But since she already had that connection with them, she got to take care of that client because she wanted to. I gave her that option for a $350,000 deal. Done. She took 2 seconds to put them in there. So it's super important. Oh, and make sure that you're respecting your sources, please, everybody. I can't even say that enough. What that really means is, if you got that lead from Op City, and then all of a sudden that they want to move to Pensacola, that needs to go back to Op City. Or if you got that lead from Op City, and I'm using Op City because a lot of times, they cover more of a broad spectrum, and then people start getting into these different actual cash reward programs. But do not give them to me as like a Navy Federal agent generated referral or something like that. Don't promise them any cash rewards. Don't promise them any benefits if they come from a source that doesn't offer benefits. I'm thinking that might be the easiest way to say that. Yeah,
because it really sucks when you got to pay 2 benefits. So Op City gave you John and Mary Smith, and then you told John and Mary Smith about AARP. Then we got to pay a referral fee to AARP and to Op City, and that just sucks.
Well, and even, that definitely sucks. And then we have to look at a case-by-case basis. Do we just release the file and they go to a different broker to get those benefits?
Right.
So once again, we're lucky that we work for Century Beggins Enterprises, because we have the ability to use these programs. It's not a have to. Because even before you guys got on board with all these different programs, I think I told Craig before that I was the director at a different Century 21, and they would they'd come to me and say, "Oh, is this agent part of your relocation team?" And I would say no, but I would look it up as I was talking to them. And I was like, "Oh, they're with Beggins. Just go ahead and reach out to Beggins." And they said, "Oh no, they decided that they want their benefits, so they're going to go through you." And that stinks, right? So you wouldn't even have been known if you're losing business because they just stopped answering the phone, right? So here we track everything. I really 1000% want you guys to utilize us and talk to us about any file specifics, because I want the most dollars in your pocket for sure. Okay. Also, we haven't really gotten into the corporate side of things too much, but we do handle basically all of the corporate business. So the Broker Realty, see, I can't even say it. Broker Advantage Realty Network. They handle 70% of the top Fortune 100, but there's also different companies that are like smaller. And we also recently signed about 3 of those. So we've got the Lexicons and the Airs and the Altair. But what's kind of cool about having all of this Beggins behind you is that you can actually build business relationships that go beyond one deal. So what we're really looking for is any business, whether it's smaller or larger, we can help you work out whatever is best for that business. If you have access to the key decision-making person, or somebody that does have access to the key decision-making person, we can get together so that we can put a program, whether it is like a corporate relocation program or an affinity-based just cash reward type, maybe for their customers or their employees program. And then you would be the lead on that program and have first right of refusal. So that could be a great source of extra income for you. And then I did have
our relocation department as your team. So if you know somebody who owns a company and they're moving people in and out and around, and you say, hey, my company, your company, us, you can introduce us to them. We'll help you get that deal and assign you as the agent who handles all their corporate moves. So two-way to street. We receive incoming corporate relo business, but we can also submit outgoing corporate relo business. And
well,
use
and when I was kind of referencing is like, even if we need hold on, drive, even if we need to, so if they already have a relationship with a different RMC, which is a relocation management company, then that's fine. What we could do is we could make sure that we, have our foot in the door for that, right? So make sure that if you're door knocking and someone that says, oh, I work for BMW, so I have to use XYZ relocation management company, because you work for Beggins, you can still work that client, okay? So make sure that don't let them say no to you just because of that. So right here, I'm sending this all out to everybody here. So I said it's a Beggins agent welcome kit, but it really is updated all the time for different things as you need. So this has everything about the Agent Exchange app. It has the little video we talked about, has all the little information about it here. I have information about outgoing referrals. So I've got the little pictures and whatnot. I have suggested taglines for agents' emails. These are kind of fun because it says the earth is covered in 75% water. We cover the rest. Let me know if you're planning on buying or selling. So there's all kinds of different things. This is kind of cool extra opportunities here. We're talking about, these are literally scripting for Facebook, for phone, private text messages, open house. So that's everything to do with outgoing referrals. And there's quite a bit in there. And then if you are interested in some of the programs that we were discussing just now for the agent generated referrals, I have it all separated in different, from different programs, from the AARP to Navy Federal Credit Union, Grow Financial, and then the Relogy Military Rewards Program, which is actually it was kind of like the answer to the USAA program going away. So one Navy Federal has done a really good job with pre-done things that you can actually just put your name into. And it has different flyers, postcards. The one that I really, really loved is Navy Federal Mortgage Approved Content. There's calculators in here. It's to rent versus buy. Are you going to do a 15-year mortgage? Are you going to do a 30-year mortgage, and what that does? So anyways, you've got absolutely everything in here that you need. But also remember, if you're going to submit something or talk to somebody about an agent generated referral, please offer that service for you to submit them yourself, because if they call into Navy Fed, it could be gone forever.
That needs to be said again. You don't tell them about the program, you enroll them in the program to get credit for the enrollment, because if they go around you and do it themselves, they're going to go to some call center somewhere who's going to assign them to some broker in that area. It'll be us, Central Joint Affiliated, or Coldwell Banker, one of the Coldwell Banker offices. And there's no guarantee it's coming back to our company or you. So
once again, that's why it's so important for you to, like I said, make it a service. Say, I will take care of this for you. Let me let me have somebody reach out to you. So taking it that, making it a service as opposed to, here's a phone number. Now, sometimes I can catch it if we can catch it really quick. And sometimes I can fix it. Sometimes I can't. But either way, they would have to remember that it was Century 21 Beggins, and then they would also have to remember your name. And hopefully that y'all have that good enough relationship where they do remember it. But you know how people get. So that way, and even on top of that, hopefully it does come to me, but if it does come to me, make sure that you have your people in Zap so that I can make sure that I get it. And so I'll recognize that it's somebody that you've already talked to.
Hey, Lauren said, you need to get past the referral fees and look at the bigger picture. It's a client you would not have had, and each one is worth 130,000. Last year, half of my business came from referrals, and I still hit my goal of Ruby Masters.
Lauren's one of the best. I mean, seriously, like, I mean, I'm looking at all these agents that are using these programs, and they're all top agents. I do need to give a real quick shout out to Amy Camasso. Last year closed 11 agent generated referrals.
Oh, wow.
11. So she sees the value in these programs and making sure that her clients are taken care of. I have Katya closed 6, Whippa Wilson, 5. She had 5 agent generated referrals. John Evans had 4, and then I had Lauren Fletchman had 3, Susie with Zygmunt 3, Kat 3, and I stopped at 3s because we got a couple 1s and 2s in there too. So thank you all for your support, and I'm looking forward to 2021.
Good
And
job,
hopefully
Ashley.
some, like full official announcements soon.
I think we did a good job explaining the value of having a strong relocation department. It's an asset, and if you guys are aware of it, you become more flexible, and you get more opportunities. Opportunities give you flexibility. Flexibility gives you power.
And you have more fun and make more money.
There you go. All righty. Anything else for the greater good of the company? Because we're there.
No, I think we did pretty good at like staying on task. What do you think?
We did. Referrals. Yep.
Awesome. Thank you all so much for everything. And once again, please feel free to reach out to me. Sorry, my technical difficulties.
Okay. Happy Thursday. Hey, tomorrow we're going to deviate from Contract Fridays, and Jimmy McNally and I are going to talk about using Zap for sellers. And it's really going to be a different spin on how things happen. So I'll send a note out later, but that's going to be tomorrow. So happy Thursday.